Hello, my name's Tim Clarke. I'm a director with Harrison Clarke Chartered Surveyors, and in this video we will be exploring whether or not the dilapidations process is unfair to tenants. When businesses receive a claim for dilapidations damages at the end of a lease, often the business owners and directors feel that the landlord is treating them unfairly. If the business was not prepared to receive a schedule of dilapidations, this can come as a shock and be a very stressful time for those involved. Many businesses enter into a lease without receiving proper professional representation. As with most legal agreements, cutting costs up front can be very expensive in the long run. As a minimum, we would always recommend that prior to leasing a property, businesses should commission advice from a specialist property solicitor and chartered building surveyor. These parties working together can help to de-risk a lease and help businesses take steps to mitigate or avoid action at lease end. We often hear this statement coming from tenant clients that we are representing in a dilapidations dispute. The sad fact is that unless the repairing covenant is restricted, for example by using a professionally prepared schedule of condition which is appended to the lease, the repairing covenant is quite absolute and not relative to the condition of a property at lease commencement. Receiving a claim to put the building back into better condition than at lease commencement can be very frustrating, but with proper representation, claims of this nature can be mitigated by an experienced dilapidations surveyor. When you covenant to keep a property in good repair, the law implies the words put and before keep, which means that if you take on a building in disrepair, it will be incumbent upon you to put it into repair and subsequently maintain it in a repaired condition. Sometimes addressing disrepair can be more costly than the rent, and this is why it's critical to take professional advice at lease commencement. Regardless of how good your relationship with your landlord has been, this is a business relationship. Some business owners are tempted to overpay dilapidations claims by thousands, if not tens of thousands of pounds, to maintain their landlord-tenant relationship. In many instances, this might be the last dealing you have with your landlord, so you should question very carefully the value of this relationship. Businesses exist to make money, and for both landlords and tenants, we always advise that dilapidations should be approached in a business-like manner, leaving personal feelings aside. Using a professional dilapidations surveyor can help to separate facts from feelings and provide a buffer between the landlord and tenant. This can help to reduce the discord between both parties and, if approached properly, can result in relationships being maintained despite the contentious nature of a dilapidations claim. With many claims, I have to agree with this statement. A whole dilapidations industry has sprung up with landlords viewing dilapidations as an opportunity for a bonus payment in exchange for dealing with a void. In reality, the dilapidations process is there to ensure that the landlord does not suffer a loss as a result of a tenant's action or inaction. It is important to appoint a specialist dilapidations surveyor to ensure that the landlord is not overcompensated for any perceived or actual loss. Again, in many instances this is true. The majority of businesses in England and Wales are small organisations with limited experience of the commercial property world, whereas the majority of commercial premises are held by large organisations who are experienced landlords. There is limited statute to help to protect tenants in England and Wales. This is in comparison with the codified approach taken in many continental countries, where dilapidations disputes cost far less and are resolved more quickly. Research by CBRE found that on a particular style of office building, a lease end claim in England and Wales is likely to be 17 times more expensive than a comparable building in the Netherlands, for example. If you don't appoint your own professional representation, this power imbalance will continue. But by appointing the right advisor, you can address this power imbalance, making the dilapidations process fairer. Our team of specialist dilapidations surveyors are on hand to make the dilapidations process fairer and to reduce the power imbalance that often arises in landlord-tenant relationships. Whether you were thinking of entering into a new lease or are dealing with a current dilapidations claim, Our surveyors will be on hand to reduce or mitigate dilapidations claims and will be keen to speak with you. Our team can be reached on 023 81 55 0051 and will be able to explain how they can help to reduce your stress and save your business money when leasing commercial premises.